At least twice a year, we see something between a player and an official that would only happen in the NBA. They don't yell in each other's faces like in baseball. It's odd. In the NBA, players and officials interact on a personal level. Because there are no helmets or large fields between them, there's a lot of interaction between the two sides, and things may get hot sometimes. There are many ejections from the past that we are unaware of due to poor record keeping or more lenient standards. But nowadays, we have a lot on video, which is a bonus. Here are some of them. Excessive posterior padding. You must enjoy it when tiny things happen amongst NBA players, and they wind up doing little things back and forth, building hostility. Here we find Grant Hill and Reggie Evans engaging in a butt-padding match, which the referee did not appear to like. This ref, who resembles Neil deGrasse Tyson, felt he'd seen enough of the two and kicked them out of the game before things got any worse. There you have it, folks. What may be the only ejection in NBA history for excessive butt grabbing. Joey gets the last laugh. The most controversial ejection in league history had to come from Joey Crawford, and of course, the world's most disliked referee compiled. Tim Duncan was sitting on the bench during a late season game in 2007, and he muttered something to Crawford, so Joey C teed him up. Kind of no harm, no foul. Duncan was smiling about getting the technical penalty, which irritated Crawford, so he called a second technical foul on Duncan, ejecting him from the game. Duncan's smile eventually fades when he realizes what occurred, and the rest of the Spurs bench follows suit, resulting in a bizarre cluster of perplexity. Ultimately, the league suspended Crawford indefinitely to serve justice, but it was a major black eye for the long term. Whack! Get out! Ron Garretson could be a tyrant on the court, and if you didn't keep his word, he'd throw down the law swiftly and decisively. Rasheed Wallace found this out the hard way. On the surface of this video, Wallace appears to have done nothing, and he didn't. On the other hand, Rasheed received a foul and a technical earlier in the game for barking at Garretson from the sidelines, and Garretson urged him to calm down and quiet down, which he did. Of course, this was after Garretson urged him to stop gazing at and attempting to intimidate him, and Rasheed refused. Garretson chucked Sheed because he kept staring. Don't dunk so hard, Shaq. We can all agree that Shaquille O'Neal sometimes gets out of hand, whether pushing teammates or being too optimistic. It sometimes resulted in a foul for his side. Other times it got him a technical, but he wasn't generally dismissed unless he earned it. Shaq dropped a massive slam on Andrei Kirilenko and jerked around at the peak of the dunk. Inadvertently, his arm pulled down on top of Kirilenko. He was, of course, ejected. Tracy McGrady's coffin corner. There's no doubt that Tracy McGrady should have been disqualified, but it's unusual to witness a player become so engrossed in his emotions that he ends up tossing something into the crowd twice. McGrady didn't hurl anything into the crowd, but he did go off and punt the ball into it. Twice. The greatest part is that he put his leg into the second after an unsuccessful punt on the first and blasted it out of the end zone. Vince Carter adds insult to injury. Vince Carter was public enemy number one in Toronto for a long time after wiggling his way out from the Raptors and was dealt to the New Jersey Nets, leaving Toronto. Carter hit Mo Peterson in the face jokingly, to which Mo Pete returned the favor, but the referee noticed Peterson and ejected him. Of course, after that, Carter went to inform the ref that no malice was intended, but the harm had been done. 8 players ejected after fight in Kentucky-Florida game at Women's SEC Tournament. 8 players were expelled during the second quarter of Florida's first-round game against Kentucky due to a short-pushing brawl. When Gators forward Tatiana Weish tossed the ball towards Wildcats forward AJ Petty and then raced across the floor to confront her, tempers flared. Players from both sides stepped off their benches to assist in diffusing the tension. Weish and Petty were both handed technical fouls, according to Caroline Makauskas of the Lexington Herald-Leader, with Weish being ejected from the game. Faith Dutt. Rashaya Kyle, Talia Weish from Florida, Cassidy Rowe, Ania Russell, Zania Thomas, and Sanaya Tyler for Kentucky were dismissed for leaving the bench. Hope you enjoyed looking at the ejection side of basketball, and if you have any that's been missed, feel free to comment on them. If you liked this video, please like it, subscribe for more, and share it with your friends.